thought I would take the opportunity, whilst I am quarantining here on Mallorca, in Soller, spelt S-O-L-L-E-R, pronounced Soller, on my way back to the UK, because Mallorca is a green listed country, so I'm taking advantage of my first visit to this absolutely delightful island. I've just read about one British writer known for his First World War poetry, Robert Graves. He moved to live on this island in about 1936, I think. He was badly wounded in the First World War. He's one of the war poets with Siegfried Sassoon, and a writer of 120 books or so, and most of his writing time was spent in a lovely house he had built in a nearby hill village called Dea, which I was there the other day. In Dea. I went on the bus and I discovered it is now apparently the second most expensive place to live, and it turns out eat, in the whole of Spain, not just on Mallorca. So I wanted to take the opportunity before I pack up and return, with enthusiasm I have to say, from this gorgeous island of the best oranges and orange juice. Fresh orange juice for breakfast here is absolutely heavenly. In fact, the whole island is, well, where I've been here in Soller is heavenly, and I am sure I will return. You can probably hear the rumble in the background of the famous what do they call it? The ferro. I can't remember. The tram. It's a early 20th century edition, and it really has been brilliant for the town, connecting this hill village. You can see the fabulous bleached hills behind me, with the port, the beach, which is now a great tourist destination, of course. But I prefer the rather quiet seclusion here in the hills. You might also hear faintly in the background a fountain that the owners of this guest house hotel have they've refurbished the whole place themselves, and lots of hard work, and you might just want to see it in the garden. Why not? I'll try not to lose the camera. I don't know if you can. Well, you can certainly see the white parasols in the garden where we have breakfast, but a sort of Moorish style gazebo with a fountain in it. A tiled gazebo. Looks like a reptile's skin, doesn't it? I wanted to, a friend of mine, I suggested he makes a video with the title "How to Live Without a Next," and he said, "That sounds like you, mate, not me." So I've been called out on it, and I thought I'd better have a go at what on earth I was thinking of. What does it mean to live life without a next? Well, confession time. I have latterly realised I'm an addict. I'm sure I'm not alone in this, but it's not something I talk about very openly. Like many people, I'm addicted to the idea that there is something missing. I'm addicted to the idea that this isn't quite enough. Now, I have to tell you that when you're in this glorious situation here, where holding up a mirror, I just have to admit there can't possibly be something missing, other than there's something missing in the way my mind works. And so the addiction is, despite whatever is present in the moment, for some reason, I don't know why, I suppose that's the nature of addiction. If you knew why, you'd do something about it. But some part of you, well, some part of me, says, this isn't it. There is some other this. And so that's where the living for the next comes in. It's almost like the mind in the background in the control room, running silently in the background, like some mad aviator with goggles on in some imaginary air balloon, which is Phil Shank's control centre, has got the scanner on, beep, 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 sort of always scanning for something new, or not even new, just different. So I find it really easy when I'm travelling and there is constant stimulation of, of course, going on the tram through the orange groves to the beach for a swim. What's not to like about that? But when it comes to a restlessness, an inability, apparently, I am told and I observe, to do nothing, then I think some part of this feet on the ground, bottom on the chair process isn't quite rubbing off on me after all these years. Oh dear. The swallows are feeding on the air. When I first saw swallows darting about, I thought they were playing. I thought they were playing tag, but apparently they're feeding on the wing. I've still got a lot to learn. So this whole addiction to the idea of something missing and looking for next. I can give you a very present example of this. After a siesta here, because it really is too warm to do anything, I decided to fill in my what's called the passenger locator form for my journey back to the UK in a couple of days' time. Otherwise, they won't let me in. And it timed me out. Well, it rejected me because I was 2 hours early. I was trying to fill it in 50 hours before travelling. And I thought, so what can I do now? I thought, I know, I'll make a little video. So this is it. But the consequence of this continuous present sense of lack is simply misguided thinking. Clearly, there's nothing missing and there's nothing wrong. It's one of the things that I learned fairly early on in my daily or other daily walks with John Butler on the Monsell Trail. If I came up with something, usually from the mind, some objection to what we were experiencing, whether it be the weather or cyclists or whatever, John would suggest we just pause, breathe, and he would ask, now, what's wrong with this moment? And of course the answer is always nothing. And what's missing? And the answer, of course, is always nothing. It's only when you get into this habit of a sort of a tennis match dialogue with the external and think of yourself as something separate from it, and you're a sort of computer video game character in the world around you. In other words, you're separate from it, and like a ping pong ball, or like a pinball in a pinball machine, you're being flipped about by external circumstances, then maybe there is this sense of life is being done unto you. Whereas if you take a close look, where is the edge of your awareness? Where is there separation? Because that, let's call it that field of awareness, it includes everything. I think so. That's what it feels like to me these days. And so you are not this character in a video game, nor are you the subject simply witnessing, or no, that's not the right word, witnessing, viewing a series of out there objective experiences. What you come to realise little by little is there is no separation between the experiencer and the experience. There is only what I would call experiencing, present, continuous. And when you start to see that there is no separation and there is only experiencing, then what's missing? What's the problem? Because you are it. You are entirely embedded in what is continuous present awareness. Can't be distinguished. And so I think we'll have to put this addiction down to a sleight of mind, we'll call it, and a habit of mind. And I think we all know somebody who, like me, it's not even that they're a Mardi bum, as the Arctic monkeys might say. It's or constantly complaining, but it's a default position of a slight mild disappointment, this sense of lack, this sense of something missing, and it just isn't true. When it is examined, it evaporates here more easily because it really is gorgeous. Until another time, who knows when. They might not let me back into the UK. It might be sooner than we think. See you later.